Hello, good morning, and other such pleasantries. I'm recording this Thursday morning, and hopefully it'll be on YouTube Thursday evening if I can work out how to schedule things. Um, so, just a bit of housekeeping from the last time I did a video. Um, I had a comment suggesting that I try Geometry Wars 2. I've not had a chance to play that yet. I've been trying to find it, but I think it might have been an Xbox Live Arcade, but I'll see whether I can find something similar. But unfortunately, over the last couple of weeks, I've had very little time to do any form of gameplay. Mainly because I'm studying for an exam to do with work that I'm taking. My arm's getting a bit tired. Studying for an exam that I'm taking next Tuesday to do with work, which then allows me to become more qualified in what I do, and hopefully then lets me do my job a bit better. But I've got 4 books that I've got to study, and across them all there's about 1,500 pages to learn inside and out, and then there's the accompanying videos that I have to study as well. So it's been a bit rubbish really, and the more I study, the more I seem to be forgetting. So I'm looking forward to failing the exam when it comes. So I've been doing that, and I've also had a few things go on away from work and away from home in terms of my health. I had a routine blood test last week, and they come back and they've told me that my cholesterol is double what it should be. One of my liver functions is triple what it should be, and they're not happy with my kidneys either. So I've been told I've got to have a complete rejig of my diet and lifestyle, which is really helpful, because they were going through all the things like, do you smoke, do you drink, and pretty much the only thing diet-wise that I can cut out that I haven't already cut out is when I play football, I tend to have a kebab on the way home, because it's the longest time I've got before my next weigh-in. So the kebabs have got to go, which is pretty much my only vice. So there's that. I've started using stuff like Benecol to try and cut cholesterol as well. And I got told off by Hannah earlier for drinking it and going, ooh, my arteries feel clearer. But clearly that wasn't as funny as it was in my head. So I've got more blood tests coming today, so we'll see what happens with that. And in terms of lifestyle as well, I've signed up to do a sponsored thing next month for Calm, campaign against living miserably, and the aim of that is to walk 62 miles in March, which to me seems very achievable. And if I can get people to donate money to charity while I do it, even better. So I will probably put a link to my funding thing for if anyone fancies sponsoring me to do it. I'll do updates and stuff, I suppose. I'll probably appear on other bits of social media. But ultimately, Calm is a mental health charity, and I'll probably cover this in further videos, but I've had a lot of issues with my mental health over the last 3 years in particular, and ultimately any charity that does stuff for mental health is good as far as I'm concerned. So I'll be doing that. As far as my weight loss with football has gone, last week I lost 500 grams. This week I gained 500 grams, so I'm pretty much exactly where I was before. Although I did score a really good goal, which I never score goals, so it went in and I had no idea what to do in terms of celebrating it. But that's enough about what's going on for me. What I was thinking of doing with this video is, over the course of this year, as I said last time, we're cutting back on buying games to try and use the stuff that we've got. But the other thing I want to do is to redo the gaming space that I've got here in the garage, and so I thought it was worthwhile to show what we've what I'm working with to begin with. Too many withs there. And I'll show the couple of bits that I've picked up in the last couple of weeks, but it really isn't much. So here we go. I'm going to close this one, then I'm going to start another video, and then we'll see whether I can edit it. Editing isn't my strong point. If you've got any recommendations for easy to use editing software, please let me know, because I really have no idea what I'm doing with it. I've got CapCut, and that's pretty much as far as I've got with it. So any recommendations, please write them down below. Okay, and next time I speak, it should be from a different angle. Let's have a look. Okay, this is a different angle, which is very fun. Before I go into the main game space, these are the couple of pickups I've got over the last couple of weeks. First one was from a charity shop, which is the Evolve guide. I've never played Evolve, but it was £1, and game guides are getting more and more expensive at the moment, so any you can pick up for £1, I'd say is a positive. But the other thing that I've picked up is this lovely monitor. I have no cables for it, although I did have a spare power cable that I can use for it. That is to go with my Amiga, Atari 520 ST. I picked that up from the recycling centre last year, and it was only £40, I think, with a couple of games, and it works perfectly. It was done as sold as seen, but it's in absolutely immaculate condition, not collection. So the plan is to put that with that, and then I can play them. That stereo has stopped working, so that's going to be going, so that will clear the space to put the monitor there. But the monitor, we were taking another TV to the recycling centre. I put that into this, put R1 into the container, and I spotted this, and I said, look, I know it's not currently in the shop, is there any chance I could buy that? So the guy had to go off and ask the manager, and they agreed to sell it to me for £4, sold as seen, no guarantee whatsoever, which I was more than happy with, because I was expecting to be paying a lot more than £4 to get a new monitor. So the most expensive part of it is going to be the cable to connect the Atari to it, which I was doing a load of searching, and I couldn't find a second-hand one online easily, so I've got it from eBay. I've paid £16.50, and according to their blurb, they custom make every single one of the cables, so I'm effectively getting a custom made cable to play on a console that's about the same age as me. So that's it for pickups for this couple of weeks, although this weekend Hannah's going up to Hull to get the next part of her tattoo done, and she's dropping me off in Lincoln, so I'm meeting up with a load of people from the Unofficial Controller podcast, so hopefully I'll be able to pick up one or two things while I'm in Lincoln, and we're going to go to an arcade there, and there's a gaming bar called Kido, which we're going to go to as well, so that should be a very fun couple of days. And then I come back and I'm on study leave, and I'll be sitting my exam on Tuesday, so hopefully I don't lose too much of what I've learnt, which isn't very much, while I'm in Lincoln. Right, so I've already partially started to do stuff with the gaming space, which is why it's a little bit messy. As you can see there, I've got an old JVC CRT TV, which has served me very well, which I picked up from FreeCycle. But when I get the furniture that I'm going to discuss in a little while, the plan is to move on to using the Sony Trinitron there, which I got for a swap for a smaller Trinitron. So that's a good starting point. So let's move into the space. So what we have over here is Hannah's Wii U collection, which I think she's up to 99 games for the Wii U now. But I'm sure she'll update when she next does a video. Then we've got random bits of Nintendo tat and promotional stuff just scattered around here, including a couple of controllers that I painted a few years ago. I like that one in particular because I did a Donkey Kong theme to make it look like a bunch of bananas, which I thought looked really good at the time. Then down here we've got my Return to Monkey Island cushion, which comes from a guy on Instagram and I think eBay and Etsy, called something like So Soft, I think. I'll put a link in the bio because he does loads of them for different point and click games, and they are really, really good and really nice cushions to have in some gaming space. So then up here we've got more gaming tat. Of all the various customizations I've done, that is probably my favourite of the lot, my Thundercats PS1. I don't use it to play games on, but it is fully working, fully functional, and all that jazz. The Game Boy Advance SP that I did isn't in here, so there is a YouTube short somewhere on our account which shows the Yoshi themed Game Boy Advance SP that I made, which is probably the most viewed thing I've ever put online, and that's worth a look if you're interested in painted consoles. Then we've got our GameCube collection, which the highlight for the GameCube collection is Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. And about a year ago I was talking to Hannah about the game collection. At that point it was my game collection, and I just mentioned that if she could get Paper Mario for under £100, you're doing well. Just meant as a general comment. And within a week she'd bought Thousand Year Door for £99 and 97p, and at that point she decided it was now our collection. So there's a nice little change of scene there. So this part has only recently been moved, so it's not really been sorted out yet, but we've got all of Hannah's like Disney Infinity boxed stuff and various toy peripherals, I suppose. Then moving down, we've got some of Hannah's Spyro stuff. We've got the original Xbox Crystal, where I've got the controllers for it over there. That was another bargain from the recycling centre. I think the Master System came through Facebook Marketplace. Then moving down, we've got the SNES, which Hannah and the children got me for Christmas, although I've not played it yet, because about a week before Christmas I bought an emulation PC, so I've been playing games on there rather than on the actual console. This shelving unit has been fantastic. I bought it last month. It's sold as a DVD unit, and the shelves for it are just perfect depth for games, and it really has made such a difference, and it makes what was looking like an overcrowded part of the collection look really neat and tidy. As you can see up there, I've got the Menacer and original PlayStation. So up here we've got our original PlayStation games, including the best Final Fantasy, which is Final Fantasy IX, of course. And then I've got my Evercade games, which some of them are still sealed because I don't play on it enough to make it worthwhile. But I don't want to sell it because I like the collection. Then we go on to the Mega Drive games. The Mega Drive has always been my favourite console. A lot of the collection that I have was based around the fact that when I was younger, my greatest ambition in life was to have a Mega Drive and 50 games. I think I'm sitting on about 94 at the moment, but as I've covered in the previous video, all of that is connected to me losing weight this year, so I need to get on with it. I've only got a very small Master System collection, but the focus for the Master System at the moment is to get the games that I had when I was younger. So if someone's got a complete copy of Super Off-Road for the Master System that they don't want, please hit me up, because I'm very interested in it. Moving down, we've got original Xbox, starting with the demo discs, which there's not too much that's too mind-blowing in the original Xbox collection for us. But, oh, actually, we have got a sealed copy of Topspin, which we went on holiday to Wales last year, and in one charity shop I picked up 3 sealed copies, one of which I gave away to a friend, one which we sold for £12, which covered everything that we bought in that charity shop. So that's a nice little bonus that we had. Then we move on to the 360, which, when it was on that unit, the 360 collection looked massive. Down here, it looks minute. But luckily, 360 games is still cheap enough that we could build this up very quickly if we wanted to. So my plan moving forwards is to get more of these units and move them over to here, so that then where we've got the PS3 collection, which I'm trying to think of what the highlight of the PS3 collection is, we're probably looking at the complete Eye of Judgment, which I hadn't heard of until about a year ago, but it seems like an interesting game. I'm never going to play it, but we picked that up for just under £10 in Bury St Edmunds, I think. Then we've got probably the most games of everything in the PS2 range, but there is a lot of filler for the PS2. A lot of filler. The highlight of the PS2 collection, I would say, is my copy of Silent Hill 2, which it is rough around the edges, but I bought that for about £8 years ago, and now CEX are selling it for £45, so it's alright. We've done well there. So now we move on to, we've still got all of these boxes that, once I've rearranged everything, I'm not sure where the boxes are going to go. Then more of Hannah's Wii collection, which extends quite a way. Got the Rogue GameCube there. We've got the Dreamcast, which I was very happy with. I got that in the same week that we got the Atari. That was £35, I think. So if you've got a recycling centre near you that sells recycled stuff, that has a shop attached to it, it's worth checking in there, because as well as the consoles, we've bought so many games from there for about £1. So check out your recycling centres, because you may find some real gems in there. And then moving on, we've got the rather modest PSP collection, but I don't know whether you can see it in there. We have a pink PSP, which I didn't realise they did, because there's 2 different shades of pink PSPs. There's the normal pink one, and then there's the one that was linked to the Singer pink. That is the one that's linked to the Singer, although without the box you don't really know. Then we've got the Black Wii and the 360. However, I have taken out that TV to put somewhere in the house. Can't think of where it... Oh, I've got it linked up to my PC. So that is the garage gaming space, which hopefully I'll be doing some updates throughout the year as to how I've changed it. So now let's flip everything back round again. So that is our gaming space in the garage. If you've got any suggestions of what I should do with it, please let me know, and let me know what you think. Oh, I've just remembered one more thing. I said a couple of weeks ago that I was one game short for the games that I'd completed. I wasn't. I just forgot that the first game I completed this year meant I bought myself the Jungle Book for the Mega Drive. And that means that I literally have just Pocahontas to go until I have all of the Disney games for the Mega Drive, which is a nice little subset to get completed, although Pocahontas is stupid expensive. Sorry for that brief interlude. All there is really to say is, if you've watched this far, thank you. I'll put links to various things I've mentioned in the description. And have a good day. Goodbye.